All right, we're off and running. Welcome into the show. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles now. My name is Chase Sr. Thanks for hanging out here with me. And let's talk some Eagles as we do every single day year-round right here on the channel. Coming up, some good news to get to for Philadelphia, bad news to get to as well going into this Eagles-Bills game. And we'll continue to touch on this great matchup between Philadelphia and Buffalo. A full 30-minute preview for this ball game is up on the channel. Be sure to check that out. I always try to go very in-depth with all of our previews so that you come out of them after you watch them as a more informed Eagles fan, but also you get some insight on the Buffalo sideline as well. So that video is up on the channel. And of course, as I mentioned, we'll continue to preview this game on today's show as well. It is Christmas, though. Merry Christmas, everybody. We're kicking it here in the Chat Sports Studios, and I hope that all of you are having a fantastic day. You got some good gifts, you're eating some good food, and you're hanging out with some of your loved ones. And I just want to know, where are you watching the show from on this Christmas? Let me know down in the comment section right now. Before we get into everything for today's episode, a word from our brand new sponsor, Polymarket. Today's Philadelphia Eagles now is sponsored by Polymarket. It's time to challenge the status quo, and Polymarket is now live to help us do so. You can be a part of the revolutionary alternative to sportsbooks with our special invite code. Download Polymarket's new app now via the link that is in the description and comments to unlock exclusive early access and a free $10 in your account with the invite code CHAT. Polymarket is a prediction marketplace that lets you make trades on the outcomes of sporting events. As you can see here on your screen, you can even buy and sell within a game with live trading. Polymarket has the lowest fees ever. You trade against other people, not the platform, and you can cash out anytime and react to momentum swings within the game. You are in control. It's legal and available nationwide in all 50 states on their iOS app now. For this week's Eagles game, Polymarket has given Philadelphia a 49% chance to win on the road. I like the Birds this week in Buffalo in what is going to be one of the best games on the Week 17 schedule. $10 free, waiting for you. No card, no deposit, nothing. Download the app with our exclusive code CHAT at chatsports.com/Polymarket. And speaking of this Eagles-Bills game, Polymarket giving the Birds a 49% chance to come out victorious to increase upon that record and maybe still have a chance at that number 2 seed in the NFC. Philadelphia, underdogs in this game, but pretty much a pick'em. This line kind of going back and forth. Buffalo, -1, the over-under 44, a little bit lower than what you might become accustomed to because weather is going to play a role in this game. Could be some freezing rain, wind, turning into snow. And keep in mind that this game is taking place 4:25 p.m. Eastern, and so late afternoon window, but then the game will go into the early evening hours. Here are my 5 keys to this football game. Of course, defending Josh Allen is a chore. Philadelphia has to be sure that when they get to Josh Allen, they get him to the ground. At 6'6", he can break tackles, make plays with his feet, but also use that rocket launcher and make throws downfield. Disciplined pass rush lanes also going to be paramount because he is a threat on some of the read options, but also when the pocket breaks down, if you don't contain him, he can get out of structure and freestyle and make some really explosive plays that can turn the course of a ball game. For this Eagles offense, got to continue to make progress here. I really like the signs of life. I really like the encouraging signs that we've seen. I like the adjustments that we've seen from this offensive unit. All of that needs to continue going into the playoffs, and I like the momentum that Philadelphia has here and some of the new, creative, modern-day concept things that they've been doing over the last couple of games that has yielded really good results. Can Philadelphia get this run game going? This Bills defense, as we're about to talk about, one of the worst teams in the NFL at stopping the run. Jake Elliott has to get it together. Bad weather, pressure on. 3 misses last week against Washington. Last 2 years on kicks of 50+, he's 5 of 15. Nick Sirianni right by his side. And hopefully that gives Elliott some confidence, but hopefully he's feeling some pressure to perform. And when the pressure has been on in his career, he has performed well. He's like 26 of 27 or 27 of 28 in his postseason career. And while this Bills team doesn't have a lot of talent, at the wide receiver spot, they can go 2 tight ends deep with 2 really good tight ends. Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox. So Cooper DeJean going to be tested. These Eagles linebackers going to be tested as well. And then for the Bills, their strengths and their weaknesses. For the reasons mentioned, Josh Allen, really special player, and we'll talk more about him coming up here just around the corner. James Cook, top 5 running back in the game, the brother of Dalvin Cook. And I'm not sure if he's ever going to be better than Dalvin Cook, but right now, he is definitely one of the best backs in the game. And where he is better than his brother, catching the ball out of the backfield and being that multi-dimensional threat for Josh Allen. This offensive line, protecting Josh Allen, opening up holes for the ground game, very good. If this Eagles defense has a weakness, it's stopping the run. That has to get changed. That has to be better going into the postseason. There are some dynamic running teams that could be on the horizon for the Eagles once the playoffs come around. This Bills defense, they'll give up points. They'll give up yards. They'll give up explosive plays. What they are very good at, forcing turnovers. They have forced 20 giveaways this year. That is top 10 in the NFL. Bills' weaknesses, wide receiver talent is average. Their number 1 wideout is Khalil Shakir. Doesn't strike a lot of fear into this Eagles secondary, in my opinion. Run defense, not good. 31st in yards per carry at 5.4. 30th in yards per game at 144.3. And then Sean McDermott, just kind of an okay head coach. Eagles fans very familiar with him. Used to be the defensive coordinator under Andy Reid. He got fired, and he's had success as far as winning games with Buffalo. But his strength, his area of specialty and expertise is the defense. And I just think this defense over the last couple of years has been going in a downward trajectory, and they've hurt this ball club. And speaking of this Bills running defense, I really like how the Eagles during the last 3 games have gotten back to doing and being what they were last year. A balanced offense that finds success on the ground. Saquon Barkley all year has looked pretty good in my eyes. It's never been about him being washed, the Madden curse. It's been the offensive line. Better execution, fewer penalties, better blocking up front, and we've seen some running lanes open up for number 26, the reigning offensive player of the year. Going into this Eagles-Bills game, this news looming pretty large. Josh Allen a little bit banged up, injured his foot against the Browns last week, did not participate in the Bills walkthrough on Tuesday, limited participant on Wednesday, suffered the injury when he was sacked, had to get an x-ray done at halftime, then came back in to close out that game. Josh Allen, with his size, how physical he is, how much he runs, he's been a durable player. 120 consecutive starts for Buffalo, has not missed significant time since his rookie year. The Bills only have one other quarterback on the roster, in Mitchell Trubisky, the starter for the double doink game back in 2018. Josh Allen, according to PFF, even if he's limited with this foot injury, this could be a big break for the Eagles. We talked about this on Wednesday. 3rd overall as far as PFF grade for quarterbacks. Passing grade, 8th overall. Running grade, number 1 among all QBs at 91.8. A dynamic and very special player. Some good news for the Eagles here on the injury front. Jalen Carter returned to practice on Tuesday, practiced again on Wednesday. He got procedures in both of his shoulders, rumored to be some PRP injections to try to ease some of the pain in both of his shoulders. Think about it. You're a defensive tackle. You're a lineman. You're using those shoulders a lot to disengage, to try to bulldoze offensive linemen, throw offensive linemen to the side to try to make tackles, to get after the quarterback. And so this is a good sign that he has now practiced in back-to-back days. And it looks like Jalen Carter is going to return for Philadelphia on Sunday. Some people don't want him to play to just get ready for the playoffs. I think he needs to get in better game shape. That was an issue earlier on this year, and get some quality reps, especially against a really good opponent in Buffalo. A good tune-up for the Eagles with the playoffs here quickly approaching. This Eagles defense getting back their most dominant player, and they've been the number 1 defense in the league since week 7. Philadelphia under Vic Fangio's watch, giving up under 15 points per game since week 7. speaking of this defense, and another key cog of it, Cooper DeJean, named Player of the Week on Wednesday against Washington. 4 tackles, 4 passes defended in the game, a career high for him, and that interception late. These players not participating in practice on Christmas Eve, Lane Johnson right tackle, Landon Dickerson at left guard, and A.J. Brown at wide receiver. Now, the Eagles trying to manage some of these injuries here. Dickerson hasn't been practicing a lot over the last couple of weeks. A.J. Brown did say the other day that he was going to get his wisdom teeth out. I would imagine that's why he didn't practice in this game, or practice in this practice session, going into this Bills game. And the recovery process for people who get their wisdom teeth out, it can vary, right? I think I went to a high school football game later that night after I got my wisdom teeth out, but some people are down and out for a little while. AJ, if that's what happened, got his wisdom teeth out early in the week to hopefully be ready to go on Sunday, and hopefully that is the reason why he did not participate. And let's talk individually about these players furthermore. For Lane Johnson, the belief has been that he's going to play against Buffalo, but didn't practice on Tuesday, didn't practice on Wednesday. So I think his status right now might be up in the air. The Eagles with him since 2013, 110-57-1. Without him, 17-26. And this year, no hits allowed, 0 sacks allowed, lowest pressure rate surrendered among right tackles. Now you look at some of the PFF numbers, and the overall grade, 77.4, solid. Pass blocking grade, really good, 80.4. Run blocking grade, just okay, at 69.8, but still playing at an extremely high level, and he's given up 7 pressures this season. For Landon Dickerson, his numbers per PFF, we've been tracking these all year. They've actually gotten a little bit better of late. His overall grade up to 67.7. His pass blocking grade, 59.4. Run blocking grade, 69.4. It's not what we expect of Landon Dickerson. I think he would say that he could play a little bit better. He's also surrendered 30 pressures. But I do think as the season's progressed, he's played a little bit better. Hopefully Cam Jurgens can follow him in that area, because I think Jurgens is still a little bit lackluster. Kind of surprised that he made it to the Pro Bowl. For A.J. Brown, with all of the drama, all of the frustrations, him being vocal about the offensive struggles, everybody bitching and complaining about him not getting the ball enough, everybody saying that Jalen Hurts is driving him crazy, mostly fans who are not Eagles fans, people saying that Hurts is wasting his career. Prior to this year, been with the Eagles 3 years, 3-time All-Pro. He's gone over 1,000 yards every year as an Eagle, and now he is 165 yards away from once again going over 1,000 receiving yards. So the season actually looks pretty damn good for AJ, all things considered, with how much this offense has struggled at times. 114 targets, 73 grabs, 935 yards, 7 touchdowns. No player in the history of the Eagles has had 4 1,000-yard seasons. AJ has an opportunity to do it 4 years in a row. That's why I call him the best wide receiver in the history of this organization. All right, before we hop on out of here, you might be watching this show on Christmas Day. You just opened up some presents. Thanks for hanging out for the entirety of it if you're still watching. Don't forget to give me a follow on X, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm giving you so much content here on YouTube, in addition to more content on those pages right there.